All right, got a cute little light up today. This is a kind of a special lantern for me here. This is a Coleman Exponent, and let's see, this one was made in, let's see, 95, March 95. My wife got this for me as a Valentine's Day present because she said I was the light of her life, and I can tell you I still am, or at least still trying to be. But make sure we got a little bit of fuel, not much, probably have to put a little in there. But so anyway, so she got this for me, and it was just a really cute little lantern to go camping. And this is actually the first lantern, Coleman lantern, that I actually owned myself. Up until that point, I'd used my dad's and stuff like that, and then I got this one. So yeah, original owner. And it turns out that now these are actually pretty rare. There wasn't very many of them made. But what we're going to do a light up. We're going to do a little quick teardown, which is going to be really super simple. There's not much to it. And then we'll do a light up on it and see how it runs, and that's it. So the other thing too with this Exponent here is that they not only made this, but they also made a stove, which I didn't have until recently. So let me scramble over here and grab that real quick. It's also really small and compact, so we won't be lighting this one up today. It still needs a little bit of work. It does run, but as you can see, the top of this is supposed to have four vanes, and apparently one of them broke off, and so it only has 3. This also has some markings on the bottom. It says 7-EX3. I'm not exactly sure what that really means. I tried looking it up, couldn't really find anything. It's taken a couple of hits. This thing's obviously been used. The generator is all bent, but the generator still works. And since the generators are like super hard to find, and this drawer is super hard to open, I did actually manage to find one before they become completely unavailable. And so this is it. So yeah, it actually has a cleaning wire that runs all the way around to the corner through here, but that's one of the new original ones. So I don't need it yet. Won't be putting it on there until it refuses to fire, but at least we'll have one in case it ever does. So anyway, this is not the goal of this particular episode. It's the other one. I'm trying to look for the date here. Oh yeah, this one here is 2007, February 2007. So anyway, we'll set this one aside for right now. And hopefully the rain and thunderstorms here aren't too loud in the background. We're having another big storm coming through here, but hopefully the audio will carry over that. So anyway, back to this. So let me get this in here and actually clean myself off a little bit along with my glasses. Yeah, I can brought the thermometer in here. It says it's 82 in the shop and 87% humidity in here, so that's why I sit here and kind of swelter. So it's a really, really simple design, and you'll see if you've looked at any of the 335 and 321 type lanterns that you'll see the design on this is really similar to the Canadians. So there's no screw on the top. You have a bail that goes in from the side that secures the ventilator to the burner frame. So we'll pull that ventilator off. Again, it's just something for the cap that fits into these slots. Now, if you look at this, you'll say, hey, that looks kind of familiar, and you know what, you're absolutely right, because this looks almost identical to one of the like 335. So I've got 335 just sitting here in the wings, and so if you look at the design of the two, you'll see they are extremely similar. Just one is really big and one is really, really small. So yeah, so this is the 335, but the 321 ABC all have the similar kind of stamped steel type of burner, the two burner tubes, and then the generator, and then a single mantle. So anyway, that is how that looks here. So that's apparently some of its lineage, and it's interesting because no other U.S. lantern that I recall has, well, they're maybe sometimes around this point, but basically up until this point, the only ones that had that were the Canadian ones. When they did this one, then they used that design. So anyway, that's pretty much all there is to it. There's a little heat shield down here which can ride up and down, but when you have the globe in there, it actually holds it down and keeps it from wrecking the mantle. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble this, and this can be a little bit tricky. Got a little bit of rust and corrosion here, so we'll try to kind of smooth that off a little bit. Maybe it'll go in a little easier. And then we'll get some fuel in it, and then we'll light it up. So I'm actually trying to do a video that's not like some of these ones I've been doing lately that have been like really, really long. And I appreciate you guys watching them through, because there is, obviously there's good information in there, but yeah, I understand they can get to be a little bit on the long side. So anyway, so that's in there. It doesn't seem like it's the most secure thing, but it's totally secure and it's pinned in there. So we're going to go ahead and fuel this. And it's great because it'll still take the old original large size funnel, fits right in there. Of course, you do not need very much fuel in here at all. In fact, what I should probably do, instead of making a big mess, is actually pouring it off into this and then pouring it into the lantern, because at least then I'll have some idea of how much I've put in there. So I'm probably going to only put about 100 milliliters in here. And this is the easy way to pour, kind of splash free. You would never think you'd want to pour this way, but when you pour this way, you can pour without really splashing everywhere, and it pours out really nice and easy. So don't pour like this, especially don't pour like that. Pour like that, and you get it works really, really well. Some of you out here are like, well, yeah, I know that. Other people are like, oh my God, I've never realized that's how it's actually supposed to work. So could be one of those, you've been doing this wrong your entire life kind of videos. So watch me put this in here and end up overfilling it anyway. That would be hilarious. Well, all fits, that's great. No floods. I don't care too much for gasoline floods when I'm trying to light lanterns up. So there's that. The one thing about this one that you can say is not that great is that it, since it's got such a small fount, that it does not hold a lot of fuel. Okay, it does have, it's an adjustable lantern, so you can do high and low and anywhere in between. But also, since it doesn't hold much fuel, you can't pressurize it a whole lot. I mean, you can pressurize it, but there's not a large volume of pressurized air in here. So with that, it means that you're going to have to pump this pretty frequently, and sometimes as much as like every 15 to 20 minutes, which can be a little bit annoying. But hey, if it's a little tiny lantern and you're sitting right there, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe it is. Oh, and one last thing about this, it does not take the regular Coleman 21 mantles, which these are the 21s. It actually takes the number 20s, which are these. So these are the number 20s. I don't have it open and I don't want to have them running around, but anyway, these are a little bit smaller. So you don't want to put a 21 on here because you won't be able to bring it up to full brightness. And so that's why you want to use those number 20s. You can find them online. They're not too hard to find. You probably may have a little bit more trouble trying to find them in the store. So what I'm going to do here is kind of like I always do. We're going to turn it on. We're going to wait for the spit, and then we're going to light it. And for other folks here that, let me just do this here real quick. That seems like a lot. I don't really smell any fuel. It's been a while since I've lit this, so there it goes. Now I hear it. Okay, that's great. We're gonna light this one with a match just because it's probably a little easier to get in there. But for the other folks that say, well, why is he waiting for the spit? all that time that it takes for it to fill that generator up with fuel, you don't want to be sitting there just holding your match and watching it burn down to your fingers, which is not very helpful. So if you just basically get it to the point to where you hear that fuel first spit out of there, and then turn it off, then light your match, then it'll basically light up really easy and the first time. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn our fan off here a little bit. And so the way these work is they don't really have a light position or not. These operate with an internal valve in there, and actually kind of looks like I could probably stand to clean the globe a little bit. But so you basically turn them on and off like this to do the cleaning on them. I think I need to pump it up some. And they are a loud little lantern for being so small. There we go, get some. Seems to have quite a bit of crud in it. It's not really quite as bright as I'd want it to kind of go. But anyway, that's pretty much it lit up there. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. Maybe it'll kind of knock out some of the scuzz that's maybe built up in that generator. This is still the original generator that's been in here, and honestly, this lamp or lantern has not had a whole tremendous amount of runtime on it. It's probably, I don't know, if it's run for a total of 40 hours, I'd probably be kind of surprised. But yeah, so that's it. And if you're wondering what the model number is, I didn't mention that this is the, I should really know. Where are you? It says on here, yeah, the model 229. Model 229 Exponent dual fuel lantern. So yeah, they're kind of rare. They when I've seen these, they've actually been pretty expensive, and this thing has pretty much sat inside my house its entire life. So except for the few times that when we go camping and stuff like that, we take it like this just because it's so small and portable and easy to carry. But it's a really cool little lantern, and I hope you enjoy the light up. So anyway, that's it. So until next time, keep them lit.